Hey guys, Brian here, and in this video I want to talk to you about my overall impressions of Season of the Haunted, the latest Destiny season to drop on us, which introduces Solar 3.0, obviously some new content. We've seen the Leviathan return, and it's been corrupted by the darkness, and I would say good and interesting ways. I'm really happy to see that make a return, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in this video specifically. And then I'm going to touch on the Trespasser, the newest exotic, as an exotic sidearm that's introduced as a part of this season. Now, I'm going to explore this as the idea that, is this worth it? And overall, the answer of worth is going to be really about what do you get out of it, because your worth versus my worth is going to maybe mash up a little bit differently. As somebody who buys the collector edition of this, it's already included, so the worth in and of itself has already been justified to me. But should you spend $10 on the latest season? That's going to be something this video hopefully helps you answer. There's no right or wrong answer about it. Just note that I hope to give you some information as to my experience, and hopefully you can make the best decision of your own. All right, let's dive in because I think there's actually a lot of interesting things to explore. First and foremost, Solar 3.0 has me super excited. Namely because, as somebody who loves Void, and especially as a Warlock Nova bombing, I really am thrilled to actually see more of a healing spec brought into it, and having the concept of a healing grenade. Now, while I'm not necessarily rocking this all the time, I'm just happy it exists. It feels like that this is something that I felt has been missing from the Warlocks for a little bit. Coming from Destiny 1.0, I felt Warlock, especially Fire build, Solar build, had more of an identity than it did in Destiny 2. That's not to say that I'm right. I know there's plenty of people who've enjoyed Destiny 2's Warlocks, but what the 3.0 system is introducing me to is the thing that I felt was missing this entire time from Destiny. So note that this is a level of bias that I'm just happy to see this brought back in. Now, I've played around with the various aspects so far, and I have to say I love the choices. I don't feel like I've got an optimum build yet. I'm still playing around with what suits my playstyle, but I like that I feel like I've got choices, and so ultimately I'm playing around with it. Now, I'm going to be putting out build guides and things like that over on my Ginger Destiny channel. That will also be linked in this video itself, so you can go check it out for yourself. I think we got over 200 subscribers there. I'm just getting started, but I want to be able to cover the news and guides in more detail without necessarily kind of interrupting what I like to put out here on Ginger Prime. So just note that's kind of one of the shifts of the channel has been in 2022. So I have to say, like, I absolutely adore it. The fact that we also have this ability, Phoenix Dive, brought in as especially for the Rift Wells. I like how that is a little bit different to what I've been used to with the Void Mage. And so, like, I'm really excited to see what we do next with Arc. And I think this system in and of itself has me overall just excited for the future of Destiny, especially as we start to also introduce maybe some new darkness classes, what I would guess with the next expansion. But all in all, I absolutely love how this plays. I love how I can kind of really decide if I want to bring a little bit more healing utility to the fight, if I want to kind of play around with the different aspects and get a better feel for how I ultimately kind of bring this all together. So I'm very positive. I'm very positive with this change. It feels overall like the right direction for the game, and I'm excited to play with the other Solar classes here in a little bit. But obviously, like, if you guys know anything or you follow my Destiny content for any period of time, I'm a Warlock Titan. That's the two classes I namely main, but I'm already seeing some really cool stuff for hunters, and honestly, I'm a little bit jealous. Let's not lie about it. All right, so focusing in on the content itself, like I said, the Leviathan has returned. If I actually just jump in here to the destinations section of the map, and having the Leviathan actually a part of the moon makes me very happy. I like the moon. I don't know why. While I did feel personally that Shadowkeep wasn't my favorite expansion to Destiny to date, but I do like the aesthetic of the moon. And what's great is that doing anything as a part of the Leviathan does track with moon bounties. So be sure to go visit Eris on the moon and collect the bounties, because anything you're doing here is going to count for moon zone activities. So I think that's actually kind of exciting to see. The content itself isn't, like, the nice thing is you can go there whether you spend the $10 or not, so you can jump in to the Leviathan, you can participate in this content, so you can really kind of test it out for yourself to see if it's going to be right up your alley. But all in all, I'm happy to see it. I'm happy for the landing points. I'm happy for the exploration. Obviously, it's currently not a raid, and we don't know if that is going to change. Maybe it does. If you know, you can let me know. But I'm overall very pleased with it. Now, while I'm still obviously just getting started, kind of this is touching on the previous season and this season. I enjoy, in this case, that the season pass exists. I wish it didn't expire. I wish that there was a way to kind of equip previous season passes, because what ultimately happens, and this feels like it happens every time, the FOMO, that pressure, that artificial fear of missing out, that's what FOMO stands for if you're not aware, tends to have me go play other games. I'm just like, I don't need the stress in my life. I do enjoy overall progression. I like how that it's even killed, and honestly, unlocking rewards always feels fun to me. But that's where this gets interesting, and one of the things I do want to point out to you, Legacy Synaptic Spear. This is the previous heirloom from Season of the Risen. It says an heirloom from Season of the Risen used to collect psychotic intel from completing strikes, Crucible, and Gambit, or other activities. This item can be safely discarded at any time to stop earning psychic level infant, and so you can visit the war table at the helm to recover it. So you can go there, you grab this, and then it allows you to continue to somewhat progress in that way. Now, it isn't the battle pass, and hopefully this is a telling sign for the future of Destiny, and they were able to bring back previous battle passes. I'd be thrilled with it. And here's how it would work. I'm just going to take a second on this one. You see here the Season of the Haunted challenges available. Pulling this up, as the season goes on, we get new weekly challenges. These fill up, they give you experience, right? This overall helps boost up your battle pass, allows you to level through it very quickly, and allows you to get caught up if you jump into the season late, because you have all the previous challenges ready to go. And so far you can see, literally, I'm just making progress, and that's going to continue to fill itself up over the course of the season. Now, what I would say is that if they ever did bring back the previous battle passes, well, those battle passes wouldn't have the benefit of the current seasonal, challenges available. So it would be leveling it up slower, thus incentivizing current season progression, but not necessarily punishing you for past season progression, for past losses, etc., for not completing the tier. But it would, if they ever did bring that back, I think overall my review of Destiny would be like 11 out of 10. Like, it'd be like, this is my favorite game, all in all. So I can only hope I can continue to provide that feedback itself. Now, finally, we have the Trespasser. You can see here it says Unrepentant is its perk. Reloading after defeating a target grants super burst, and you end up having this like really fast firing gun that just goes nuts on its own, and it feels good to fire. Now, I'm not a sidearm guy, but this could be the weapon that gets me to become a sidearm guy. I still have to do a lot more testing with it, and overall, once I necessarily finish the quest, as I've been making slight progress, but you can see here, I got to go find some Fallen, so I'm going to have to go head out and get some of those knocked out and killed, so I can progress down the Catalyst quest in and of itself. Hopefully when I get the Catalyst, put it all together, I can give you guys a full review of the quest, how hard it was to grind. It's obviously, this is step 1 of 3, so there's plenty more that it's going to have me do this season. But all in all, I'm actually quite impressed by it, which as a non-sidearm guy, like, it feels good. It feels good to fire. It feels fun to fire, especially when it goes a little bit nuts, and all of a sudden you start having that satisfaction from it. As a as the solar goes, I have to say that I would really have rather preferred to have a fire-based weapon in this case, but I do have my collections, so I'm going to be going around and playing with my matchbox, with my my sunspot, with any of the fire-based ones that I can get and play around with. So all in all, like I said, I'm going to be diving into having some I said sunspot, sunshot, having some fun with the different weapons, especially the ones that are fire aspected, and so we'll hopefully have some good times. There's my Tommy's matchbook. I'm gonna go ahead and just grab this while I'm here filming this video for you guys. So that all being said, hopefully you guys got something good out of this video. Hopefully you're enjoying Destiny. To answer that kind of final question, is it worth it? Well, if you are currently busy and you got a lot of other things that you're currently interested in, I wouldn't spend the $10. Like, I just wouldn't. If you've already pre-bought it, then you're already sunk in, right? Like myself. But it's fun. Like, I'm having fun, and that's the most important thing. If they could make that one change to the battle pass model, oh my gosh, like, I would always be worth it in my mind. But that FOMO, that artificial FOMO, fear of missing out, is essentially something that I tend to shy away from. But I'm going to continue to purchase the collector's editions of Destiny going forward. That's just who I am. If I say anything otherwise, note that I'm just lying to myself, because I'm obviously addicted, and that's, you know, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, let me know in the comments. Thank you guys so much for your time today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully I see you in my next one, but until then, take care.
Yeah. It's time to chill out on the couch and read some comments. That's right. You know me when it comes to destiny. I'm off with a clan, and I'm glad you're feeling better. Oh yeah.